Well, good morning to a country boy can cook. This morning we're going to try something different. First time to make it. I usually make cinnamon toast under the in the broiler in my air fryer. It's really good. Takes me back to the old days when my mother made it in the broiler under her stove. Anyway, modern times, air fryer does really good on air broil. I was talking to my neighbor boys the other day, and they were saying that their gram, I think it's what they call their grandmother, that she made chocolate toast. They're young, they didn't have the recipe, so I decided I would get up this morning and try it. It's nice and cool this morning. It's about 95 already, early. It was 112 yesterday. Hope it's cool where you're, the part of the world that you're in. So here goes. I'm gonna assemble this chocolate toast. I've never made it before, and we'll see how it works out. Turn the camera down here, better angle here. Let's see. Yeah, maybe that'll do it right there. Okay. It's just like making cinnamon toast. I'm gonna take a couple, I'm gonna do 4 slices. My wife is still in bed. She is an easy for me to say, she's an insulin-dependent diabetic. Been there since she was 16 years old. I'm not going to tell you how old she is now, but anyway. She's a senior, let's put it like that. And not out of high school. So, we're going to take the first and make it for her. So I'll take the 2 pieces of, I use Texas toast. Mrs. Baird's. It's called large, not Texas toast anymore, but large. Anyway, I've got fresh butter. It's been sitting out on the cabinet. So it's soft. I guess you can make this with any type of margarine. I just prefer butter. The studies now say it's better for you than margarine and all the hydrogenated products. So I'm just going to take a small bit. And try to get it spread without it tearing up my bread here. I put this out about an hour ago out of the freezer. That's where I store my butter at. There's 1 piece. Another pat of butter, you can see that. We're going to do this the easy way. My mother used to put 4 little pats. She'd take 1 pat, break it into 4 little pieces. I'm going to kind of do the same. It was good enough for me and my brothers and sisters growing up. I guess it'll be good enough for us now. We'll see how it does and how it melts down. So what I've done, I use Hershey's cocoa. You can use any kind of cocoa. I just use Hershey Cocoa Special Dark. And I took this little ramekin, and she uses Splenda, and she uses Equal and Sweet and Low mixture. That's what she likes. I took 4 packs and emptied it into here. I took a half a teaspoon of cocoa, blended it up so it would be all together. Like I say, this is the first time for me doing this, so I guess we'll all see together. And cocoa can really be messy. So I'm just going to take and Sprinkle it on to her toast. There's one. See if I can do this the easy way without making a big mess. Let's see, I'll just sprinkle it on out of the ramekin. Yeah, that works good. I've got it in this little throwaway boat, so if it makes too big a mess, I'm not going to worry about it. Who doesn't like chocolate and butter? That's what, when I make my cakes, that's what I use for frosting. Just chocolate and butter to make buttercream. All right, let's see, that one empty. Let's get this loaded. One thing about this air fryer and the broiler, it doesn't take long to cook. On cinnamon toast, it takes about 3 minutes. So I suspect it will do the same here. I'm going to get my helping hand. Just pull this out and put this here. I want to keep these separate. We'll put hers to the back too. This is going to turn out really good or really not so good. I guess we'll all see together. Get my boat here and my bread. If this is the first time you're watching my video, you're going to say, what's he sitting down for? I can stand and I can walk, but I had a heart event last October. This is July. Drove myself to the hospital. I just felt a little twinge in my heart. Then I kind of felt it up in my face. And then it went away. I mean, it just lasted for just seconds. My wife was with me. We were headed to work. It was 5 in the morning. And she said, she noticed, I guess I had a funny look on my face. And it was not painful at all. It was just different. She said, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I just had this funny feeling. This little twinge. I didn't know what it was. I am a heart patient. I've got a defibrillator. And I said, I don't think it was my defibrillator going off. I've never had it go off. But I said, I heard it kicks like a mule. So I don't think it's that. We both work for a plastic surgeon in the big town of Plano, Texas. So we headed on to work, and I kept thinking about what my heart doctor had always preached to me, saying that if I ever had anything funny feeling going on, well, if I needed to belt and I felt it in my chest and I just like couldn't do it, go to the heart hospital. They'd figure it out, but don't second guess yourself. So I told her, I said, you know what? I said, we're going to go to the heart hospital. So she called work, made arrangements so everybody to open up. We opened up the place in the mornings and get some of this stuff moved around, make some room. It's a long story about why I'm sitting and doing this. Anyway, now this is 2 teaspoons of sugar on my mixture. And 1 teaspoon of the dark chocolate cocoa. Anyway, we get to the heart hospital and drive up, and they come out and bring a wheelchair, nice guys, and I said, I don't think there's really anything wrong. I said, it's funny feeling. I said, well, let's get you in and let you check it. We'll get you checked out. I got in the wheelchair, and boys and girls, I don't know anything for 2 weeks. I was gone. I woke up 2 weeks later. I was in rehab, or was headed to rehab. And I had to spend a couple more weeks in the hospital before I even get to rehab. The first thing I asked them, because I couldn't feel like I couldn't sit up or move, was, did I have a stroke? That's kind of what I thought it went wrong. And they said no, that I'd had a heart event. One side of the heart stopped talking to the other side, and it was just causing me hell. And it almost killed me. And there, the second day, they didn't know if I'd make it through the night, but I did. So, long story short, I had to learn to walk again. I got home, and at Thanksgiving, this happened at late October. I came home, I was on a walker, could walk on a walker about 20 feet, and that's it. I went from my walker to a cane. One day I decided I'd walk across the living room without the cane and made it, and I'm an old dude and I don't give up, so I'm walking now without the cane. I walk slow. I walk like Grandpa McCoy on the real McCoys, but I'm doing it. So I can stand up here in the kitchen and cook and everything, but it's just much more comfortable sitting down. So that's why I sit and do all my recipes from a chair. So anyway, it's fixed. My front two pieces are here. That's hers with the Splenda mixture back there. And we're going to put this in the air fryer and turn it on. Let's see. Get you around so you can see this. It's on air broil. When you turn it on and you can set it to any of the settings. Air fry, air roast, air broil, dehydrate, keep warm, preheat, bake, bagels, toast, all that. But I do it on air broil. It's already set for 10 minutes and it's set on high. There's no preheating. And it will go really quick. Anyway, have any of y'all ever made this chocolate toast? It's the first time I ever heard of it. And I'm a big cook. I won my first cooking contest when I was in 4-H and I was about 10 years old. I was a country boy. At home, we raised cattle. We had wild Mustangs that we were buying out of Mexico, bringing them up. They were going to the dog food factory down there, and we'd bring them up here, tame them down, and feed them, and train them. They made great ranch horses. We had a big quarter horse stud that we would breed to them, and got the most beautiful herd out of them. Yep. All right, it started. It's 9 minutes. It took it 1 minute to preheat. Anyway, I've always liked to cook. My mother never had a problem with me cooking. My dad sure did, and he was the barbecue dude, grilling and barbecue, cooking wild game. We'd go fishing sometimes and sit on the bank. You'd take and even if they were just little perch 5 or 6 inches long, he would take and scale them and clean them, start a fire, and put them on a stick and roast them back and forth over the fire until they were done. I always had a little salt and pepper in our old farm truck we drove around. You'd sprinkle that down, and oh man, it was great. So I've always loved to cook. Always loved to do things with my hands, even to the point that I make my own butcher knives. So let's see here. Well, it's looking good. So it's probably going to take down to about 7 minutes. They should be. It's funny because I can start to smell that. And usually when I'm smelling the cinnamon toast, that means it's almost ready. Oh yeah. And my wife and I both like cinnamon toast that's brown on the outside, not just barely a touch of brown, but dark brown. So let's see here one more time. It's done. And I just turn it off. The little vent fan keeps going because that's the way it operates. All right, let's see here and get these out. You wonder about getting hot? It's warm, but it's not bad. If I was doing this in the oven, the whole kitchen would be heated up. So That's one of the main reasons that I like cooking in this air fryer. I don't have to heat up the whole world to do this. And yes, I made this little tool because I kept burning my hands getting up in there to get stuff out. And it was not fun. So I made my own tool to keep these old fat fingers from getting up there and getting burned. I'm gonna let that set there for a minute, and I'm gonna take a knife and swirl this butter around, make sure it's even coated. Boy, it smells really good. I mean, like really good. This is her Splenda and everything. It's mixing good. She'll be surprised when she gets up. Some coffee, some chocolate toast. I may have called it cinnamon toast, but chocolate toast. You know, what's not to like? Hot cup of coffee and chocolate. I will take a bite of one of these to see what it's like. I say this is the first time we were making this. So I'm gonna get hers and put it in her little boat here. I'll set hers up, like I said, it's warm, but nothing, you can't put your hand on it for very long because it's not hot. Let's see. All right. Thanks for being part of the Country Boy Can Cook. I'm really no professional at this. I use my cell phone to video everything with. Don't have a lot of editing programs or anything. And there is the chocolate toast. I got a feeling it's going to be really good. If you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up if you find them informative. If you look at them, are they the best videos in the world, the way they're filmed and all that? I know better than that. But if you find them informative and you like the real deal from a real guy that just cooks, I've never went to school, no culinary school or anything like that. It's all seat of the pants, just real deal cooking from family, handed down from one person to the next. Let's get this around here so we can see. I don't think it'll be bad. I just don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. Well, that's like chocolate candy in the morning. That's really good. Dang. A glass of cold milk or a hot cup of coffee, and you got it whipped. That's really good. Now I know why my neighbor boys love this. I don't know if I make it the same as their Grammy, but it's really good. So you got to try this, folks. Thanks for watching my videos. Take and subscribe to my channel so you'll see more. Comment and like. Thanks for watching. A Country Boy Can Cook. Out of here.